Hi, my name is Julie, and I'm finishing up my 10th year as a school psychologist and my second year at Total Education Solutions in Ohio, also known as TES. I'm going to tell you a little bit about what brought me to TES. At the time, I was looking for something new that provided both a full-time, flexible schedule as well as professional growth opportunities. TES provides both of those things. In addition to that, they provide the ability to work from home. So as a school psychologist, I can do my report writing and some of my paperwork from home if necessary. That's huge for my work-life balance. And I really wanted my career as a school psychologist to broaden instead of being redundant in my role. And I feel like I have been challenged professionally at TES, and I have grown in many ways. So I want to tell you about what keeps me at TES. So the support and communication from my supervisors is huge. They're incredibly knowledgeable, and I constantly feel supported and appreciated by them. If I ever have a question or concern, they respond to me very quickly, and I always just feel very much supported by them. In addition to that, my colleagues are amazing. We have a very strong school psychologist team in Ohio, and we have a great time together. We rely on each other for consultation, and they are some of the most knowledgeable and passionate people I've ever met. And I consider many of them my mentors, and I tap into their knowledge base all the time. The work-life balance at TES is amazing. I have a 3-year-old son, and I'm currently pregnant. TES allows me to focus on both my professional growth as well as my family time. TES also has a strong benefits package. They offer things like free professional development, licensure reimbursement, and generous vacation and sick time. In addition to that, they also have retirement packages. But honestly, those things are not really what keeps me at TES. The things that keep me at TES are my supervisors, my colleagues, and my day-to-day activities and my professional growth. So thank you so much for listening.
My name is Kayla Shoemaker, and I've been a school psychologist for 6, going on 7 years. I just finished my first year working at Total Education Solutions, and I want to tell you about why I came to work here and why I am so happy with my job here. So I was at a time in my life when I was truly considering a career switch. I was starting to get burnt out because everywhere I had worked, I had a really high caseload, and I found myself working in the evenings and on the weekends just to get all of the paperwork done. A former colleague of mine recommended that I look into TES. They had worked here during a time in their life when they needed to be part-time, needed a really flexible schedule, and TES had been really accommodating. So honestly, when I applied, I was still pretty wary, and I assumed if I came to work at TES, it would be a temporary thing while I figured out what I wanted to do next. However, in my interview, I saw how knowledgeable my supervisor was about the role of school psychologist and how passionate she was about supporting children with learning differences and developmental disabilities. I've always enjoyed working with families who have refugee status or who have otherwise immigrated to the United States and are still learning English. TES made sure that my school placements afforded me this opportunity, and because my caseload is so much smaller, I've had opportunities to advance my skills within this work, as well as support colleagues who are wanting to improve in this area, which has brought me joy in my career that I was missing. Aside from that, there are other reasons why I no longer view TES as a temporary job for me. One major reason being that TES has good retention rates, so there is a team of established psychologists who I've gotten to know and collaborate with. Even though our Columbus team is pretty small, we regularly have virtual meetings with our colleagues in other areas of the state. And our supervisor also works as a school psychologist, so she understands our responsibilities and knows how to advocate for us within our schools, and that has been great. Finally, I'm human, and the main reason why I work is to get a paycheck. At TES, I'm well compensated for the work that I do, and I don't have to work in the evenings or on the weekends. My quality of life has really improved now that I can spend more time with my husband and with my friends. For the first time in my life, I have real hobbies. I find myself regularly recommending to friends and family that they apply at TES, and I definitely see myself working here for many years to come.
Hello, my name is Gail. This year, as a 20-year veteran in the field of education, I've been excited to join the team at Total Education Solutions. First and foremost, I enjoy working for TES because of the variety of work afforded to me and the flexible work schedule, manageable caseload, and highly supportive supervisors and colleagues that I work with. This has definitely been a great place for new challenges and to find opportunities for professional growth while serving as a professional with a passion for meeting the needs of diverse learners with school staff who serve them. Over the course of my career, I have served public schools and regional educational service centers as a general education teacher, intervention specialist, school psychologist, crisis response coordinator, internship and field experience supervisor, federal programs coordinator, and educational consultant at a regional support team. In recent years, I have also provided leadership and guidance to school leadership teams completing school improvement work through the Ohio Improvement Process and supported those districts who have gone through the IDEA monitoring selective review process with the Ohio Department of Education. At varying times, I have also served as an adjunct professor for Muskingum University and Youngstown State University, working with pre-service professionals. While all of this work was important and highly motivating to me, I found that at times my growth mindset was still unsatisfied, and my work and personal life boundaries were sometimes difficult to maintain. This is why I came to TES Ohio. At Total Education Solutions, I have found that the company and my coworkers are very family-oriented and are sincerely interested in my professional expertise as well as my life outside of work. During this time in my life, more than ever, it is extremely important for me to find that healthy work and life balance. You see, I've been happily married to my husband for John for over 10 years, and I recently became a mother to my 2 young children, Kyle, who is 2, and Kylie, who is 4, through the gift of adoption. And I've recently been elected to serve my community as a member of our school board. After coming to TES, I have found that I am better able to manage all of the parts of my life and not feel like I'm relaxing my professional passions or shortchanging anything else in my life that is important. TES was a comfortable fit for me because I had worked for TES at another point in my life when I wanted to pick up a second job and some extra work to supplement my personal income. At that time, Total Education Solutions Ohio was a much smaller organization, and upon returning here after a number of years, I have to say that the growth the company has made in a short number of years is impressive. This makes me feel confident that TES Ohio has a bright future, and I'm proud to say that I'm part of it.